Why are so many distressed whales washing up on the East Coast lately? Since December 1st, at least 15 whales have been stranded on the North Atlantic coast. Humpback whales, sperm whales, even the endangered North Atlantic right whale. 4 whales have been stranded in Virginia in just the past few weeks. 11 whales stranded in New Jersey and New York. So what's going on? Let's bring in wildlife biologist Jeff Corwin.
When you look at that map that you just had up, we're starting to see some sort of pattern. And you can see the numbers expand almost exponentially as they gravitate north. But here's the thing, in order for that humpback whale to get to Stellwagen Bank and the other various feeding zones, they have to cross shipping lanes. And when they cross shipping lanes, they increase the opportunity they'll be hit by a large tanker type vessel.
Okay, because there are a dozen mayors along the New Jersey coast that have a different theory. Here's the letter that they wrote this week. They say the unprecedented number of whale strandings coincide with ongoing activity from acoustic survey vessels for the development of offshore wind. While we are not opposed to clean energy, we are concerned about the impacts these projects may already be having on our environment. So is it possible that wind farm projects are killing these whales?
Well, I would not say a wind farm project could kill a whale, but technologies to find locations where that are using incredible state-of-the-art technologies like radar or sonar could potentially impact what we call echolocation. Many whale species find their way through a very murky world, which is liquid, by sending out high-frequency sound waves, which then come back and give them their own internal type of radar. The whales that usually do that are like would be like the sperm whales or the porpoises. So there have been some studies to indicate that competing radar signals can interfere with their ability to navigate or find food when they're using echolocation. That is different than to blame a windmill floating on or purposely anchored on a permanent platform from impacting a whale. And a lot of people are kind of mixing that up.
Yeah, but still connected. I mean, in terms of if they're using sonar to create the wind farm there, it's still connected. But basically what the wind energy project in New Jersey says, officials say that they're using levels of sonar, they're prohibited from using the levels of sonar that are so loud they could be fatal to whales. So that's just one theory. Very quickly, is the same thing happening in Virginia? Why are those whales getting stranded?
Again, when they do the necropsies in the whales, at least the ones that I've looked at, a number of these whales at those necropsies, and a necropsy is an autopsy for an animal, we're seeing that these animals have been impacted usually by a ship strike. That's not to say that there could be some sort of detrimental factor coming from some sort of radar being delivered by high technology. I mean, that could be a player in it. I don't have the evidence to say it is or it isn't, but I'm not going to blame a turbine energy producing windmill on Now, we do see that, Allison, with other species. For example, with birds, when they're migrating in a place where an ill-placed wind farm can be very catastrophic for the survival of birds. Yeah. But as for a sedentary wind farm, once it's established, not including the technology that's involved to get it there, I don't see how that would impact the survival of a whale.
I hear you. But I mean, also, if there's evidence of a ship strike, then that's different than the sonar being used for wind farm. But it sounds like we just have to investigate more, because it's horrible what's happening and how many of them there are. Jeff Corwin, thank you very much for your time tonight.